Hey, Tony Gaskins here. Y'all got to forgive me. I don't have my headset for this here computer. And also, I've been working non-stop. So right now, all of our agents, well, a lot of our agents on the insurance, they getting, making sure they got the best insurance policy out there for them. So if you don't have insurance, then you need to go ahead, especially if you got kids, you need to go ahead and click the link in the description that say 100% ready for insurance. If not, just let your kids know that you hate them and you ain't worried about them. But if other than that, then go and get your insurance. And if you want to be an agent, we having a call tonight at 8 p.m. If you're on the mailing list, you already got the link. And if not, I add that. Oh, well, it's on Tony Gaston Academy 1322 agency. But wanted to pop in so you could join us. But wanted to pop in and do a talks with Tony because been a little minute and I'm gonna try to be on top of these, when I get the opportunity. But right now in this building stage, it's been a little hectic, and I'm trying to work through it all in this moment. And this email here came in and it has some little font. Wow, this font is little. Trying to see if I can load this up some kind of way. I don't think I can. Hi Tony, I emailed you about a week ago but realized I didn't put the subject as talks with Tony, so wanted to make sure you did see it as that. And I also left out some details. If you have already responded to my other email, totally disregard this one. Cannot remember if I responded to this or not. Don't know. Let me see. Y'all, I cannot remember because these things so long ago. Mm, so maybe if I have done it, this will give me. Everybody don't see every video, obviously, because as you see, if that was the case, every video would have 500,000 views. So we'll just do it as if I never did it. If I did do it, I don't recall it. My name is such and such, and I'm 30 years old and have been listening to your channel for about the last year. Let me make sure that I'm not. For about the last year. Now, what's happening over here, you on my laptop, what's on my desktop is one of my supporters on here is getting life insurance with one of my agents on my team. And so I have all licensed agents on the team, but it's people on here that's been doing it for such a long time that I take the humble role of, instead of trying to do everything myself, I let the OGs and the top dogs do it so that you're in the best possible place as I'm learning more and more about it. And so, but just here to let you know I'm here, and I'm vetting them so I could watch everything they doing on here. But I just be here and letting them do it, but I could see the illustrations and all of that. So y'all understand I'm doing two things at one time, but still locked in at the same time. Touch your nose, scratch your booty, and get glad. Listening to your channel for about the last year, your videos and advice has helped me greatly and opened my eyes to so many things, especially in my own relationship. Thank you for the work that you do and the heart you have for God and the families and relationships. Keep going. Keep doing what you're doing. I was in a relationship I've been in since 2019, and it has been really tough this past year, and everything is blown up, and I honestly don't really know how to move forward and would love your advice on the situation. I am almost 31 years old, and my son's father is 34 years old. I met him in 2019. I had just moved to Memphis, Tennessee, and we had met and hit it off. At the time, he had a 9-month-old son, and although I didn't know it at the time, him and his son's mother were still dealing with each other. But he played it off that they weren't and had me around his son and everything. Well, a few months later, him and his son's mother officially ended things, and his son's mother moved out of state for about a year, and he had full custody of his son at the time. We continued to talk and get to know each other and fell in love. He ended up moving in with me after just a few months, and our relationship continued to grow and thrive. This was honestly my first real relationship, and I just really had a vulnerable trust and love for this man and his son also. He had been in the streets and had lots of women prior to me, but even his friends and family started to notice the difference in him, and his mom was like, "He really loves you, girl. He has never been like this with any other woman." I truly believe we did and still have a genuine love and care for one another. Well, after about 1.5 years of being together, I ended up getting pregnant. I was raised in a strong, conservative Christian home, and my parents were shocked about this and the fact that we had been living together. They lived across the country at the time and had only met my man one time, and they were also wary about his history and character. About 2 weeks after I found out I was pregnant, my man proposed to me, and I said yes. However, with everything that was going on with my parents and such, I was so torn and emotional about everything and decided to move back across the country to Washington to be near the support of my family during my pregnancy. My now fiance was so upset about me moving, and I can understand why. Looking back, I did make a rash decision, and though it turned out well, I do have regrets about it. Anyway, fast forward, and my son was born, and my fiance. Anyway, fast forward, and my son was born, and my fiance moved to Washington State to be near us. He wanted to move in together, but I didn't want to until we were married, so he got his own spot. And after about a year of that, things just started going off. We never set a date for the wedding, and anytime I brought us up getting married, he would just kind of be like, "We will see." I know I hurt him when I moved, and I didn't want to live together, and I totally own up to that and my decisions with that. But I felt like we had done everything else backwards. I just didn't want to continue with that. Also, about 6 months after he moved here, I found out he had been sleeping with another woman. He denied it. I had reached out to her and she told me everything. After that, I believe she stopped dealing with him, but that really broke my trust in him, and I wasn't sure about anything after that. And his response was just like, "Well, you just have to forgive me and move forward." Like 2 days after I found out about it, there was no true remorse. Okay, so now it's the beginning of 2024. 1 second here. Hey, sorry about that. One of my agents called me. Now, that's my youngest agent. He's 19. He got his license in Florida. So, hey, anybody could do it now. He got his license. I got my license. We just had a Georgia agent pass her state exam. Like, look at that. Folks doing it. And so we're going to keep that thing rolling. And so you got to stay locked in. So let me see here. Thank you. Y'all forgive me, there's my food coming. And so let me pause one time here. And I'm gonna go back a little second, right what we just read. But really broke my heart, really broke my trust in him, and I wasn't sure about anything after that. And his response was just like, "Well, you just have to forgive me and move forward." Like 2 days after I found out about it, there was no true remorse. Hey, y'all, forgive me. So, picking up where we left off. Okay, so now it's the beginning of 2024. We still aren't married. And even I had mentioned at this point getting a place together, but he still seemed hesitant. Okay, you got the gummies? Oh, okay. But even I had mentioned at this point getting a place together, but he still seemed hesitant. He says he loves me and I'm his heart in life, and I see that in a lot of ways and blame myself for the slowness I had shown and everything. But then things took another turn. Summer of 2024, his other son usually comes and spends the summers here, but spends the school years with his mom in Louisiana. His son is 6 and our son together is 3. Anyway, one day we had gone and taken the boys to the park and had taken separate cars, and the boys wanted to ride with me. So I was asking his other son how his day was and what he and daddy had done. He told me about their day and then said daddy had stopped by this lady's house and that she had kissed daddy. I was so mad and confronted him about it, and he just got mad at me for questioning a child about his whereabouts. I had an idea of who the woman was, and ever since June 2024, things have come up about her. She was at his house on more than one occasion, and we even sat on the couch and had a conversation one night when I in walked into her at his house and he was at work. Wow. Y'all give me 1 second here. At that time she said they were just friends and everything, but also said they were sleeping together and that she knew about me but didn't think we were fully together anymore. Then after that, from November to January, I found out they had spent 2 weekend trips out of town together and had gone and gotten a loving couples massage for her birthday. But anytime I would confront him about any of this, he would just say I'm crazy and I'm playing detective and how I need to just chill because she is just a friend and a cool person or a connection because she knows a lot of people. If I asked if I could meet her, then he would just say I would meet her in time. He also continues to tell me how much he loves me and our family and how we are his heart and love. He also tells me that he isn't going to lose his family over some petty stuff, usually making it seem that his actions are not the problem, but rather me finding out about his actions is the problem. But I am not stupid, and I know you don't take out of town trips and have sleepovers with just your friends that are of the opposite sex. I know they have slept together, and it seems like she really desires a relationship with him, even though he tells me she is nothing to him. But I also don't know what he could be telling her. I have tried to end things and go on no contact with him a few times, but each time I end up giving back in and going back to him. And he also tells me because we have a son together, there is no just letting go and having him out of my life. He sees our son whenever he wants, but he stays with me and maybe takes him overnight once a month. He will spend a little time with him on weekends, but usually just for a couple hours. He doesn't financially support either of his sons, and his other son in Louisiana, he only sees during the summers. Not because they have a court agreement or anything like that, but because that is really the only time he prioritizes to see him. He doesn't pay child support for either one either. And I'm not saying he should be, but he often just doesn't prioritize his kids like a real involved father would, although he makes it appear that he does on social media, etc. Everything that has happened has really hurt me so bad and making me feel crazy. And anytime I go back, then something else happens. It just feels like mind games, but I don't know if I am to blame for all of this or how and if I should let go and how to do that. This has all really hurt me, but I want to be healthy and whole for our son and be the best mom to him, not constantly trying to figure out what his dad is doing. Also, side note on all this, I am white and my fiance is black American. The woman that all this happened with is also black. I know this isn't necessarily a matter of race, and I'm not trying to make it that, but do know that this is not something we can just be blind about. Our son is biracial, and his other son is also biracial, but he has dated a number of women from all backgrounds and races. This woman is pretty, well off, has a stable job and no kids. She is 31 years old, and I often find myself comparing myself with her and feeling like she won and that he is going to treat her well and start a new family with her. I have also just flat out confronted him about things, saying if he wants to just go and be with her, that is fine, and I understand, and I'm not at all going to harbor resentment and use our son against him or anything like that. He knows that too. But he just denies anything about her and says she is nobody to him and he wants me and our family, but his actions prove otherwise. I've asked him then if he wants me to cut things off with her. He says he will, but then never does. I know he spends nights at her house and everything too, but doesn't claim her as his girlfriend, even though it's evident she thinks they are dating. I just am really struggling with letting go completely or holding on because my heart is holding on even when my head says it's over. This is the man I lost my virginity to and the only one I have been sexually intimate with, and we share an incredible little boy together, and I feel like everything that has happened, I just am questioning everything and it's made me feel crazy. I really love and care about my son's father, and I don't want to let go even when I know I probably should. I have even thought of moving to another state if it came down to him choosing to be with this other woman because all of the memories here and everything. I honestly don't know if I could mentally or emotionally deal with being in the same area that he is starting a new life with someone else. I hope all this made sense and would love if you can answer in one of your talks. Thank you again for all that you do. Now, I sure wish she would have put some pictures in there. So she 30? She 30. And so 2019, 25. So she was a virgin at 25? That's a blessing. I need to tell my son about this. Say, hey, boy, you can meet your virgin at 25. So y'all give me 1 second here. Had to hit that good soda I got in here. So, well, sister of the white race, you know, came over here and got cheated on. Came over here and got done like these black women be getting done. And then dipped over here into the chocolate pool and then came out stinking. And I feel sorry for you, sister. But you got your old classic Pookie. You just got the old raggedy run-of-the-mill Negro, as your great-granddaddy would have called him. Negro. I told you not to mess with those. That's what they'll tell you, sister. And that, honestly, it's hard for me to even comment on because it's just so basic and low level. Meaning this is just that typical guy. You came over here and you got you old Mr. Typical, and they be terrible like this. I ain't gonna tell you now lie. They be terrible like this. It be bad. It be bad. And so this what you got here, and it's gonna be hard, but old Pookie, he gonna try to keep you stuck. And so this the thing, he likes the majesticness of a black woman, but your typical black woman will not put up with as much as you putting up with. So his kids is biracial because he has found that a lot of black women know that he full of it. And so them knowing that he full of it, they could take and deal with what he got going on. I mean, they'll go ahead and make a move. But these other women, they like, oh no, you're full of it, clown. And so that's one of the things right there. That's one of my coaches calling me. Hey, sorry about that. Had a call come in. Y'all got to forgive me. So this is what you have to realize in this situation is nothing changes unless you change. So you have to put your foot down when you dealing with a black man. You can't really play around with a black man. It don't work like that. Like you will get ran over, raked over the coals. Your life will get worse and worse and worse. It just will not go the way you want it to go. It'll get worse and worse. You got to put your foot down. You're going to have to stand your ground, stand up, and you're going to have to set boundaries in place and get things together because he does not respect you. And this is what I try to tell white women all the time. 9 out of 10 times, if you got a black man, he don't respect you. I know black men with white women and they respect them, but in my opinion, those men are an exception to the rule. Typically, a black man is raised with a lot of disdain towards the white race for obvious reasons. So you have to really wrap your head around and really think like, what would it take for a black man to not see me through a negative lens? How would he have to be raised? How would he have to be taught? Who would he have to be to not hold slavery and segregation and Jim Crow and fleecing and flogging and all of this against me? Like who would he have to be? It's like it's no different than, you know, a Jew liking a German who still be wearing swastika t-shirts. It's like it's history there, and it's a lot of pain there that people don't want to talk about, people don't want to admit. So when I was coming up, as black men would date white women to get over, to get free, to get clothes, shoes, have a car to drive, money to spend, because a lot of the white women was in a better place and financially and came from a better family. So all of the white girls had a car at 16. So now you a young black man, you come out the hood, all the black girls ain't have no car. So you want to be able to get from home to get to the mall in the summer, you had to get your white girl. You want to be able to rip and run. And when I look back to high school, 10th grade, I don't know a single black girl that had a car. We just ain't come from that. I knew 2 black boys that had a car, and then I had a car. So sometimes black folks will do more for their son than they will for their daughter in a lot of cases. But when I think about it, I don't know a single black girl that had a car. I can't think of a single black girl. Now, when I went to the private school, yeah. When I went to the private school, the black girls had cars. And so that's what you got to look at. A lot of this be rooted in something. You 39, you was 25 then. Here you is with Pookie. And he around here doing all this, what he did to you, and he cheating all on you. You got to set it up. You say he don't pay child support. Listen, this ain't popular. And a lot of people be against this. But me as a man, I believe men need accountability. If I was a woman and I laid down and had a child, and that person that I laid down with want to play games and get up and dip and do whatever, I am filing child support. Might not get a whole lot, but when I'm finna go from 0 to something, I'm finna get something. I'm filing child support. Telling you right now. And I got homeboys who hate child support and got child support, but I'm telling you now, I would be filing child support. You finna come off that money. Yeah, you not finna have me out here stressed and struggling when I ain't lay down by myself. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. That's what we not finna do. Child support. You don't want to play. You don't want to pay license. No driver license. Police call anonymous. This where they at. Yeah, anonymous. Listen, if I was a woman, I'd be playing dirty. If a man ain't want to act right, I'd be done unlock your car, drop a little bag of cocaine in there, and call the police on you. Don't do that now. Don't do that. But I'm just telling you. I'm like, no, I'm not finna mess around with you now. We ain't finna do that. I ain't messing around with you. And so this the thing. What we got to think about and realize is it's time to get it together. Because, so you got to put these boundaries in place. And like you say, you think he stay the night with her, you in the same city. He already don't do for his kids. So that lets you know he don't care. So what you got to do is you got to stop giving him the cake and eat it too. And yeah, that may then force him to be with her. And if he be with her and then I would not up and move. Don't up and move just so your child can have a relationship. But if he want to be with her, what I would take and do if I was you is I'll just stay from where they be at. Because it's no sense for you to be out when they are anyways, because you got a child, so you're going to be in the house. And then when you step out, you stepping out with your homegirl or your new boo that you meet. And so you got to be focused on yours. So get over to TonyGastonAcademy.com. Get in the 3Bs course because you're going to need that. It's the 3Bs conference that's coming up in July. 3 days. It's online. Also click the link in the description and go and become an insurance agent. Join the team so you can start making you some money on the side and run your bag up. Get you some insurance now that you're a mother. And get you a little policy for your baby so you had $1 million baby. So your baby got a policy that's accumulating wealth for him. And so get your life in order. Focus on you. Worry about you. And then you start to go from there. And then once you get your life in order and everything clicking on all cylinders, you doing what you supposed to do. Then now when you see him, you making 10 grand a month from your insurance company. You ain't worried about him because now you winning. Now you winning. You ain't sitting there stressing and worried. You focus on you. You locked in. So go on, cut Pookie off. Feed him with a long handle spoon. Stiff arm him. Get you some distance. Let him know that you're not a dummy. You're not playing with him. Do not sleep with him. If he's not living with you, do not sleep with him. And you can't blame yourself. So stop blaming yourself for stuff he do and all of that. And, oh, I should have moved in with him. He is a hobosexual. Hobo, meaning homeless. He's a hobosexual and he needed somewhere to stay. And some men will go to the extent of getting you pregnant just to have somewhere to stay. And then when he tired and fed up with you, then he go stay with the next woman. But he just needs somewhere to stay. Don't get caught up in that. And so, hey, God bless you. Keep your head up. Keep going. Shout out to everybody that's been a blessing to us and helping me with the boys program. I'm still booking our flights for this weekend, so I thank y'all. Unfortunately, you know, somebody sent a blessing. The system take 2-3 days to get it to us. So we got to fly Friday. So we might be walking from Florida to Kansas City, but we're going to get there. And the Lord is blessing. Had a call on behalf of one of my boys, and somebody want to do a deal with him. So to God be the glory, and hopefully, you know, all of that goes well. But it's going to happen. But hey, It's Tony Gaskins. God bless you. Thank you for being on here. New insurance agents, welcome. Just while I'm on the call, just had, I think, Joanna just joined us as an agent. Finna get her license. Oh, Deandra. Shout out to Deandra. Deandra passed her test in Georgia. So listen, we building now. So when y'all see y'all Blessed Tribe members stunting on you, shining, because they done got their license, don't hate. Don't hate. Get your life together. The link is in the description. Oh, and tonight we got a call, 8 p.m. I'm going to put the link and the password for our info call if you want to become an agent. Now, remember, if you want to become an agent, you also got to get life insurance, because you can't be out here signing somebody up for something you ain't got. So you got to get life insurance. So we'll get you scheduled in for that first. Then go ahead and get going. Get on your test. Take your test. Pass your test. Then you help me get everybody else a policy that need a policy, so that we all set up and secure and doing the right thing. We got to come out that ignorant box as a community and go and get right. But it is Tony Gaskins. God bless you, and we'll talk soon. All the important links are in the description.